council meeting to order Tuesday, November 14th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. Please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today and we magnify your name, for this is the day that you have made and we are obligated to rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for the county council here in White Springs, Florida, God, that you will take them to higher heights and deeper depths in you, God, that even in doing business, God, that we will listen attentively to what you will have us to do according to this community and the people who dwell therein. We thank you now for all that you've done, for what you're doing, but most of all for what you're going to do for us. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call: Kizzy Burch, Lenny Poe, here. Mary Berry, here. Jacqueline Williams, Anita Rivers present. We will continue with the agenda. Additions, deletions, and amendments. I would like to add under old business 7A, November 28th meeting cancellation. Any other additions, deletions, and or amendments to the agenda? If none, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I, Jacqueline, move that we approve the agenda as amended.
Can I get a second on the motion?
Kizzy Burch, second the motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we'll go on from citizens from the floor. Sharon Shea, please come forward, state your name and address, please.
Sharon Shea, 10610 Weston Street.
Julie Gay, 10565 Kendrick Street. We just are coming before you this evening, Sharon and I, to give you a little update on and some exciting news on the Greenways Trail Town program. It's something we've been working on for quite some time. In early 2022, we met with Anita and Vanessa about the project and the collaboration, and we appreciate their support as we have moved forward and secured some of our goals with the program. It really grew out of, or began with the idea of connectedness, connecting trails to other trails, or like counties to other counties. And as we've gone along, we've had the office in Tallahassee has come to do site visits. We've had community members join us and express their excitement and support. We have just this week been announced, or been told, that we are been approved by the department in Tallahassee, and that we're now on the agenda for their committee meeting in December. So we will have our final designation in December, and we're excited to move forward with the project. And the many layers of the project, Sharon will speak to you a little bit about the Historic Preservation Society and how these connect.
Thank you. We were very excited when we got that news. It really is big. It's been over almost 2 years of a lot of hard effort and work and support. So, but on top of that, so it's a very big week. Then, earlier this year, just to step backwards, Julie and I were asked to take over and reactivate the White Springs Historic Preservation Society that was established in 1994 by Walter McKenzie and a group of other citizens. We had already begun our efforts, as you heard from Julie, to become a Florida Greenways Trail Town, and realized this was the perfect opportunity to continue the effort. As a nonprofit, we would have the opportunities to apply for grants and donations. We decided our first two initial project priorities are to become a Florida Greenways Trails town, which we just succeeded, and to apply for a DOS small matching historic preservation grant to replace the historic property signage and design a new historic walking tour brochure. Because the other one was, 25 years old, dilapidated, fallen down, not existing anymore. So we are pleased to announce that just this week, or last week, we had received the $40,000 grant application has been recommended for 2025 funding. Now, it's all contingent, of course, on our Florida legislature approving a budget, because y'all are familiar with grants. So, but it looks real good. We made it, and that was, once it said, that was a joint effort by several people, including Joy Montgomery and a lot of other people, Beth, and so on. So right now, we have reestablished the White Springs Historic Preservation Society, and we are in the process of identifying other small and large projects to benefit the town and the community. We invite all citizens to get involved by becoming a member. I do have some short application forms, as well as Mick has created a beautiful website that really highlights all of our White Springs strengths and opportunities. And so there's a link to join online if you want. So I have additional information. So after this meeting, anybody that would like more information, I'll be glad to share that with you. And Anita, if we have to take a minute of your time after this council meeting, because we do have a request, if that would be okay.
Not tonight, because I have.
Okay, well then I will just go forward, because we are under a pressing deadline. We would like to get a letter of support from the town that would go to Samantha Brown, who's the head of the DEP, the Florida Program Trails. And what I would like to do is provide you some talking points or a draft, a letter by email. And if welcome to revise it, update it, or however, put your spin on it. And we would need that by the 29th of November.
Now, does that need to come from the mayor itself or from the town?
You as a representative of the town, or whatever, however you think best. And our coordinator in Tallahassee, Anna, would also like the opportunity to speak to a representative of the town.
Okay.
Because
So
this is a
that
big
would
joint
be
effort.
I would rather that be Vanessa, because I have a full-time job and other duties.
And it will
too,
be,
so.
Vanessa be here tonight?
No, she won't be here.
Okay. Well, you can tell, yeah, we'll reach out to her via
I'll take
email.
care of it, and I'll add council members to the body of the letter, making sure that you all support.
Yeah, I was going to try to put one together this afternoon, and then we have, time got away, so I thought, well, I'll just, tell you what's coming up, and then send it tomorrow as a draft.
I'm kind of disappointed too, because you all asked me to be on your little committee for this whole trailway thing, and I've never had a meeting with either one of you.
Well,
ever.
you know what, it all kind of, we put in that application, and then everything stopped, and we just retook it back up. We had a new person come in, so now is actually really when the work begins. So we'd love it if you'd love to be involved still, but getting that application submitted, that was kind of one and done, and then we didn't do anything else until I reached back out and just said, hey, we're still looking to do this, and found out that our coordinator had taken another job. So then we had to start with a new person and sell a beat. So that we did it, and this new person is very excited, and she's exciting to work with.
But like Sharon said, this is the perfect time, because now is really when the work begins.
Because all we did was put together the application, and then we had this new person in, and we showed her around the town, and we didn't require the stakeholders meeting that we did before, because that was all documented. And that's where I became, I know you were invited for that and everything. So, but yes, there's a lot of opportunities. And we really want to get everybody involved. So, I'll provide you more information. Thank you.
So Julie, was that your
Sharon.
own?
Yep.
Mr. Robert Gamsby, if you'll come forward and please state your name and address for me.
Hi, Robert Gamsby, 16370 Camp Ave. I just wanted to come up and announce that we're going to be having a zoning board meeting next Monday and Tuesday to discuss these 4 proposals that are before us concerning rezoning the lots over by the library. It's going to be open for public observation, but not participation. We have a lot of ground to cover and only a couple of days to do it.
Now, have you done an agenda for the meetings or?
No, I'm going to be
Because normally
submitting
they
the
do.
agenda tomorrow.
Yeah, normally they'll submit an agenda so we can put it out for the public, so everybody knows, of course, so they can come. Of course, like you say, but no participation.
I made sure I drafted an email today to you and, also to Baughn Company, the planning and zoning people, so.
Yeah, so I'll provide an agenda tomorrow, that's on the website.
What time?
It's going to be starting at 6 o'clock. Hopefully ending at a reasonable time, but there's a lot, really a lot, so. That's all.
Scott Gay, please come forward, state your name and address.
Scott Gay, 10565 Hendrick Street, Hot Springs, Florida. I'm going to pass out a couple of documents to you for the record and the Audre speak from. My first item is the CBDG grant that we discussed back in June of 22. I know you can answer these now, but I want to get your questions on the record. What is the status of that CBDG grant that was discussed at the meeting in June of 22?
I can't answer that because Vanessa's not here. She is in contact with,
Jordan Associates.
Jordan Associates on the project itself, and the lady that, what's her name?
Kathy Baker.
Kathy Baker is the one that will identify any, what the situation is and what the status is as far as citizens and when they will be able to sign up and where we are in that process.
Okay. I would like to get a copy of any correspondence relative to this grant application from June 1st of 23 to today, and I can put that in 119 if you need longer.
Please.
The town citizens that are on that CBD grant list in the county are George Glover, Willie James Newsom, Mr. Newsom's here this evening, Bobby Richardson, Stanley Williams, and Linda Hall. So I talked to Mr. Neighbors that works with Jordan Associates, and he told me that if the town would obtain this grant, that the town citizens will be on a list of maybe 1 to 15. If we don't, they'll be on a list from 1 to 100. So it's important we get that grant.
Okay, from my understanding, these citizens here, they had grants through, what is that other grant out of Jasper? Not the CDBG. It was for, the SHIP program. That is not CDBG.
Well, I'm just repeating what Mr. Neighbors told me.
Yeah, Mr. Neighbors, I'm telling you that they're on the SHIP program list, not the CDBG grant. Nobody is on the CDBG grant yet because we haven't recruited a list, and there's no such thing as a list. It's gonna be where they fill out an application and whoever is qualified, that's how that will be run.
Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that.
Right, yes.
All right, item number 2 is Town of White Springs Ordinance 15-01. The ordinance promulgates specifically sections 1, 3, and 4, connections to town water and sewer services, and section D, enforcement procedures for collection of payment for services, section 16, prohibition of free water and sewer services. Parcel ID number 8222-000, located at 16502 Spring Street. Contrary to ordinance 15-01, the town facilitated the installation of a septic tank contrary to ordinance section 7, requiring connection to the sewer within 300 feet. An undated letter from the utility director of the Hamilton County Health Department facilitated this illegal installation of the septic tank. I would respectfully request that the town manager and the utility director review this ordinance and enforce the connection to the town sewer system. This would reduce the burden on the citizens that have complied with the ordinance and do regularly remit payment for water, sewer, and garbage service. Item number 3. the interlocal agreement between Hamilton County for code enforcement services. In your packet there, you have a copy of an agreement that's been submitted by the county to White Springs and Jennings. The agreement calls for a $25 charge per call for code enforcement. I noticed the current budget has $22,991 in the budget for code enforcement. And I see this as a big savings if we were to remit a code enforcement call at $25 variable cost, rather than having $22,991 in the budget. So I would urge you to execute that interlocal agreement.
We've already, if you would have called, was even about this ordinance, but that's neither here nor there. But the interlocal agreement for our council members who are aware, it was sent to us by the attorney Decker for Hamilton County. That has been signed, and we are waiting on them to get back with us on code enforcement. The actual code enforcement officer, Mr. Quintana, came by the office before I left, and he gave us all the information, and he would be the one that's helping us out with that. But we've got to make it official through all the red tape and bureaucracy that we have to go to, but we've got that taken care of.
That's great news. I want to commend Commissioner Erickson for getting on board with code enforcement, realizing that there's a positive correlation between code enforcement, the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens. So thank you very much for engaging the county in that. Last item I have is a local option 6 cents fuel tax. The interlocal agreement dated April 12, 2022 between Hamilton County and the town of White Springs. I respectfully request that the city council request the administration to prepare a document indicating revenue received by the town of White Springs, whether the funds have been expended and what they've been expended on, or are they held in a specific restricted account for future use in accordance with Chapter 6 of the Florida statutes.
Thank you. Scott, on what you just mentioned, you're gonna put that in writing. You don't have to, you just tell it, be fine. But is that in here what you're asking us to do? Is that written in here?
I'll tell you what, I'll put you a letter together.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And it's great news. Thank you all for that code enforcement.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes for the October 10th and the October 17th meetings?
Jacqueline has moved that we accept the minutes from October 10th and 17th.
Can I get a second on the motion? Second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Old business, item 7A, we were to meet, November 28th to discuss rezoning of the land. I make a motion that we cancel that meeting due to litigation.
Jacqueline has moved that we cancel the meeting date for November 28th due to litigation as stated.
Can I get a second on the motion?
I choose for a second motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, new business. Mr. Cory King, are you on the phone?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Mr. Cory King will be making a presentation for the renaming of a street to Florida King Street in honor of the town's oldest community members. Go ahead, Mr. King.
Good evening, good evening. First of all, thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and also the council for allowing me to be on the call tonight and making this happen. I do apologize because I was supposed to be present, but at the last minute had some car issues. But again, I thank Ms. Audre for making this possible for me to be on the line and along with everyone there. I am Elder Cory King. I am was born and raised right there in White Springs by my grandmother, Florida Lee King. I asked to put in a request, being that she is now the oldest living in White Springs, to have her street named after her for multiple reasons. One is because of who she is. She's a God-fearing lady, a wonderful lady, a lady that you basically never heard her name in the streets for anything wicked or hurt or harmful. She's a lady that was a wife to her husband. She took care grandmother, Florida Lee King, have her street named after her, because as of now she is the oldest in White Spring. Loving lady. Like I said, she raised me and my brother. I consider there's no place like home. Whenever I'm home, I put everything behind me here in Tampa. That's the safest place that I feel in the world. We know that there's a lot of wars, a lot of things going on, and this generation is flipping. It's flipping lit. It's going crazy. But when I get home and I'm on Colonial Street in my grandmother's yard, that's the safest place in the world. I'm able to go in the house and I can go and lay in that same bed that my grandmother laid in as I was a little child, and I just feel safe. This is a big opportunity, because what I want in the future, also with the help of Pastor Griffith, because St. Luke is the church where we have all these services, and he is not pastor there, so I cannot overlook Pastor Griffith. He has played a big part the last few years of this service. Looking to make this an annual service for the community every year, and we've been doing it thus far, celebrating my grandmother's birthday with the community. But I'm just excited about the fact that the community is coming together on this weekend, this third weekend of every January, to help the King family celebrate this milestone. Our grandmother, our mother, she has had aunties and cousins that her mom and their sisters has asked to watch over her, and she has ended up watching over them, and a couple of them have passed, like Aunt Rose, and many are still alive, and they all roll together, and it's like three students, three older ladies that just love to be together as family and just ride together. Good issue about my grandmother, she has never driven or rode or anything on wheels. Everywhere she's been, she's always walked the streets of White Spring. And only time that she has, we have to get in a vehicle when a relative will take us to town, Lake City for grocery shopping. There's been many times, some of you have passed her in years ago, passed her, asked her for a ride, and she didn't want to bother anybody. She said, no, she with her bags and her arms, I'm just walking. She's always walked everywhere. My grandfather, who passed away, Grover King, both of them, they've always walked everywhere until the last few years of my grandfather's life. He got him a lawnmower. He wanted to, I guess, that was his car. He wanted to drive. But my grandmother, again, she has walked everywhere up until this day. My grandmother, she's in her right mind. She can have her money. She knows all about you, all her children, her grandchildren. She knows even maybe some of you and some of your children, and some of the younger people in the town that have grown up and older have their families. She knows everybody. She look at, she may have to remember you, or you may just think about this. This is who I am. They call her Miss Bobby. That's her nickname. But this lady is just a wonderful lady. I can count on one time how many times that she may have said a bad word. That's because she may have been upset with granddaddy. And then she'll say, Lord have mercy. But what I love about this lady is that she showed me the way of Jesus Christ. She, right down at the bottom, we call the bottom of St. Luke, she made sure that the first and third Sunday that we had church, up under Pastor Reverend Hudson during that time, that I had on a white shirt, black pants, a tie, and granted, make sure my shoes would shine. I had on socks. That was my uniform to go to church. all that I needed. My grandmother made sure when I was in high school, but she knows that all the other kids had their classroom. She made sure that I had a classroom. She called up street to Linda Gale White, and Linda Gale White took her to Jasper to make sure that a payment was made and that her grandson, would have a classroom because all the other kids had it. And she wanted to make sure that I had that classroom as well. I played in many sports, baseball, football in school. She made sure that I was engaged in those sports. We didn't have much during that time, but they did. My grandfather and grandmother, they did what they had to do to help myself, and then my brother came along to help us both to be involved in different sports and different activities in school. And yes, I apologize, but I most definitely want to be present tonight to unforeseen, car problems, taking and then bad weather. But I do thank you, and I appreciate for your time. Everyone, God bless.
Thank you, Cory. One other thing Cory left out is saying all that about his grandmother, she got her GED at 72 years old. Yes. At 72, through the Senior Citizens Program. So I guess we can make a motion, if I can get a motion, the council would like to approve land in Colonial Street. It used to be Kindred Street Extension. The 911 changed it due to not being, getting the mix up with the regular Kindred Street, so they changed it to Colonial only a couple of years ago. And, so literally, like, people still don't get their mail on Colonial because FedEx and UPS, they still know Kindred Street Extension. So it's not they're not used to Colonial either. But if I could just get a motion, if the council would like to approve, and we'll go from there. Need a motion.
I, Jacqueline, move that we rename Colonial Street to Florida Lee King Street.
Can I get a second on the motion? Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Cory, would you do?
We'll walk her online. We'll all call you tomorrow.
All right, item B, hire an attorney for upcoming litigation. Town manager Vanessa George had a family emergency, is the reason she's not here tonight. I was with her when she received a call, from the attorney, regarding taking the case for this litigation we have going on with the rezoning of the land. Everyone know that our attorney resigned, so we had to get an attorney to represent us in this litigation upcoming. And so they will charge us $250 per hour, but the retainer fee is $10,000. Now, for them to be able to do the extension, which was due today, Vanessa had to pay $2,500 on Friday morning, just to at least until the council can approve the other $7,500, because the retention is $10,000. The retainer is $10,000. And so she's only allowed to spend up to $2,500 without our permission. So they accepted that, so they could at least put in to have an extension for the litigation, until they have time to review everything. And so I'm asking tonight if the council will approve for her to make the final payment of, well, not the final payment, but the other part of the retainer fee of $7,500 to the law firm. I think it was Open Law. I'm not positive. I know it was Open Law. So the full name, but I can get a motion to approve $7,500 to pay to the attorneys for the litigation.
I, Jacqueline, move that we approve $7,500 for the city manager to obtain litigation.
Can I get a second?
I'm very second.
Any discussion? Now, when she paid this other $7,500, that of course is the full part of the retainer. She plans on paying all of this money out of the ARPA funds. I do know that. So, we're wondering where it was coming from. It will come from ARPA funds.
ARPA. What does ARPA stand for?
ARPA.
ARPA.
American Restoration. The American Restoration.
Something Act.
Yeah, something Act.
That's the extra money they were giving out through the
All right, so,
crisis.
we've had the motion and second and a discussion. Can all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Alrighty. Department administrative comments. Any comments from the public? Yes, Scott?
What was the name of the law firm?
Open Law.
And has
they just provided the town a letter with intent to sue, or has there been an actual filing?
There has been a filing. Any other comments?
Is there any other? Go ahead.
Just ask, what does this mean for the zoning board? Do we just not need to provide a recommendation now, or do you still want that?
I mean, you can still provide your recommendation, we just, I can't give you any. I don't know. I really don't.
So they could recommend going forward with the zoning, but you're still going to pursue a lawsuit against the zoning change?
Oh, they sued us.
We're not,
Oh,
they're
they
not.
sued us. Oh, okay,
They're
okay.
suing us.
Okay, no, I didn't know they
I'm
sued.
sure there's citizens in here that know about that lawsuit, but I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, we're being sued about that, and we didn't even give an answer, as you know, so. That's where we are. So it's totally up to you guys on, you know, if you continue to meet and you can still bring forward your suggestions. I mean, I'm sure they may be just on hold or something until we decide, I mean, we figure out exactly what we're going to do, what happens. We don't know. We just got hit with this last
Well, at the
week.
very least, it'll be an exercise in finding the holes in our processes.
Is it possible they would drop it if we come to a decision?
That'll be something with attorneys, litigation, you know,
Ching ching.
we don't, I don't know. I can't answer
Get the
any of that.
lawyers
All I
involved.
know is that we were hit with a lawsuit last week, our paperwork, and we had to get an attorney to represent us. Is what we're, yes.
Just a real quick question, does this fall under the thing where you have to bid out your attorney because the amount of money?
We didn't have a choice because we didn't have any time, we had a time frame that we had to do an extension letter or respond to the letter, to the notice. And so we didn't have, I mean, we don't have time to bid out.
Okay,
We have it, we already have posting, I mean, advertisements for an attorney, it's been out there. So nobody's responding, so with this coming up, we have to have somebody, we don't have a choice. Any other comments? Yes?
I just wanna know, I don't know about y'all, but the council, when is enough is enough, and why are we gonna keep paying someone who doesn't show up at calls? We've had another structure fire, they were called 3 times, no one showed up. I mean, volunteer, we responded to 98% of the calls for service as volunteers, not being paid a dime, but we're paying this guy and staff. I mean, when's enough is enough? When are we
Mr.
gonna
Thomas,
hold someone
Mr.
accountable?
Brazil, I'm gonna just address you on this. When we have okay, first of all, we have a paid fire department now. They're here the majority of the time. They're not full-time, they're part-time. They don't cover 24/7, okay? The guys that are working for us, that are paid, they work for Columbia County, so they have other jobs. Well, Lake City, it's in Columbia County, so they work for other jobs. Mr. Stith is a retired. He's part-time, he's not full-time, nobody is 24/7. And then to get the record straight for people that don't know, when you all were on the department, you all had no certifications. You all were a liability to this town to show up to all the fires that you did show up to.
Yes.
Which we were blessed that nothing happened other than the one time you went to the fire and passed out and you made us pay your $500 bill.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, what do you want?
We're
We're doing the best we can.
We were certified.
We have people trying to shut down the sweepstakes. People think nothing gets around. We know who the players are in all of this. We know that they're sending out petitions trying to shut down the sweepstakes. So when that comes to fruition, if that is shut down, guess what's gonna happen? There will be no fire department, because that's where our funding is coming from. We were in debt when everybody here took over this town. So we're trying to play catch up still with budgets, audits that were 2 years behind when they came. We got Mr. Powell in here, what, a week or 2 ago? 2 weeks. He has already completed one of the audits that we're behind now and are ready to submit. So I think we're doing a hell of a job, excuse my language, but we're doing the best we can. I mean, really.
Mentioned too, he was asked to be the chief.
And you were asked to be the chief.
I mean.
Vanessa sat right there and said,
Yes.
TC, I will send you to school. The
Yes.
town will pay for you to go to school.
Yes.
Your question, your answer was, oh, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this no more. I'm getting old. How old are you? 32. What?
32,
I am
not 32.
33, 34. I'm 20 years older than you, and I ain't old. So, I mean, I don't know what your old is, but I just have to state that for the record.
Yes.
Everybody know me, I'm a matter-of-fact person. I don't bite my tongue, I don't back down. So that's your answer tonight, if you wanna know. That's my answer. I'm not gonna fire them.
So your answer is we're not gonna do anything, so we're just gonna people.
My answer is that we're gonna continue to do the best that we can do. That's my answer.
So we're just gonna kind of.
I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I am done with that conversation.
Well, you sat
Any
there
more
lying about
comments
it.
from the public?
You sat there and lied about it.
What did I lie about?
You said we weren't certified, we were certified.
You didn't have your CPR training, boy. Don't even go there with me.
No, we got that up to
Okay,
date.
so, departmental comments, Mr. Stith, you have anything?
Yeah, we were waiting until after the budget so we could get the annual certifications for the fire engine and for the SCBA's. We had that done last week. Next Tuesday, I'll take the truck to locality to get it certified. Again, this is something that revolves every year. We did, one of the guys that was over there working for us went teaching at the college full time. So he's not on the department anymore, so we've lost one. But along with that, I need to get with Vanessa before we hire anybody else because, as y'all know, the county is funding us nothing. We're getting nothing from the county. And we're still going on county calls. So that's just something else, you know, can we afford another person to be here or not? So that does eliminate some of the times that that person is here. Enough about that. I think Saturday, the Sugar Cane Festival was a great hit. He couldn't have picked a better day. Both streets were closed. There was over 65 vendors. There was another 20 that was just doing blacksmithing or showing how to do wood or how to cut wood. I mean, it was a big event around here on Saturday. I hope to see that again next year. And Don Wilson done a great job on that. He did.
That's his second year, I believe, right?
Yes.
Second year.
It was awesome. It draw probably over 2,000 plus people.
Yeah.
From all over. I talked to so many people from all over the, Florida and elsewhere.
I did see a lot of the people, but unfortunately I went to the FSU game, so.
Go Noles!
I'm not a Noles fan. Vanessa is an alumni of Florida State, so I went with her to the game. It was a good game. But yeah, that was, I saw all the cars.
And all the kids' activities they had, just a ton of children.
All right, so Ray is not here, Vanessa's not here. I don't have anything else. Does the council have anything they'd like to say or add, or? We did have the Veterans Program last Friday the 10th. It was wonderful. We served breakfast to the veterans, had a nice program. We do have the Christmas parade coming up December 8th. So we ask people to sign up, but people never do. They just kind of show up at the ball field. So we do have a list of a few people that, between Kizzy and myself have contacted that have agreed to be in the parade. So if you all know anybody, any companies, any businesses, anything that wants to be in the parade, they can call up here and let Ms. Audre or Cynethia know, or they can just show up like everybody else. The parade is on December 8th. It's the second Friday. It's the same night as the Festival of Lights in the Stephen Foster. Lineup is at 4:30. The parade begins at 6. In the park, are they having roast marshmallows and all of that again, Jimmy? Okay, so they'll have that. It's free for everybody to enter the park that night. After the parade, if nobody wants to stay in the park, they can come down to the ball field. This is our 3rd year giving out chili, crackers, and a drink. It's free, of course, to everybody that wants some.
Swanee Bicycle Association will have a float in the parade this year. And also, it's Christmas on Bridge Street that starts at 2 o'clock till 10 o'clock, that Don and
Is that
Anna.
on Saturday?
Yeah, that's on Friday.
Oh, on Friday?
Yeah, Christmas on Bridge Street,
From 2 p.m. to,
10 p.m.
oh, so they can go back there from the park too.
He said he may do a chili cook-off in connection with us.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about it, but they were doing a lot.
He's bringing it up here to Cynethia, and he
Okay.
talked about it.
That's all I have. Council have any other comments? Anything to say? Add, subtract, multiply? Nothing?
I do have a question.
Okay.
With Stephen Foster, in the past, to get in, they used to do the toy, are they still doing that?
I don't think that they've been requiring toys to get in. I think it's just everybody.
Yeah, I don't think they were.
Because a lot of people didn't know that come from out of town. You gotta figure, not knowing that they're supposed to bring a toy, so I guess they kind of omitted that. And I think that toy kind of went ahead with the breakfast with Santa, maybe, is the reason they were, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not sure. But no, everybody gets them free after the day.
Mayor, I did want to make a, announcement for those who did not know that Manny, his wife
Manny lost
passed.
his
So we'll
wife.
make sure we keep him in our thoughts and prayers.
He has a baby granddaughter now.
Yeah, that was sad. And like, do we know anything on her?
No, they're just gonna call us to let us know.
All right, so I don't have anything, nobody else has anything, we will adjourn at 7:19 p.m. Thank you.